It's absolutely boiling in here.
Good.
I'm sweating.
Had the fire on all day.
I'm going to put my trouser legs up because I'm hot.
Nice.
It's only the backstage camera that'll be able to see. So, welcome to episode 2.
Yes, welcome guys. Episode 2.
Who'd have thought it would...
What, actually follow through and keep it going?
Yes. What have you been doing this week, Jimmy?
What have I been doing this week? I've completely lost track of all time.
I know, it's just... Well, I'll tell you what we didn't do.
We didn't go diving.
We didn't go diving because the weather was awful. The sea was so angry.
Yeah, it was rough as hell.
And
It is looking promising though.
Is it?
I know.
You need an arc to go home. That's why we're here still at work and decided to do the podcast, because the roundabout outside our place, outside Honest HQ, is waist deep in water and the road's like totally closed. And the traffic's all backed up through the industrial estates. We're like, oh, whatever, going home, we'll just
But
stay
the
here.
sea's gone from that horrible dark brown to like a turquoisey.
No, it hasn't.
It has.
No, it hasn't. I was there the other day and it was like...
It has, man.
It was black. It was like worse than black. It
All right.
wasn't... It was just disgusting.
You might need a boat to go out a bit.
Well, yeah. And after all this rain...
Well, this is it, aye.
Like, the Tynes burst its bank down the quayside. So I think of all the sludge that's going to be pumping out of that.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to be going diving anytime soon unless we go inland.
Now, I need to go in and get salty. Might have to get up north.
Well, I mean, you can try, but they're just the same.
We'll see.
We'll see. So what else have you been doing this week?
I've been servicing all week.
Yeah, I've hardly seen you because you've been in your little man cave, just
Yes.
tinking away like Gollum,
Gollum.
working on my precious with all of your tools.
Right.
And do you know what I've been doing while you've been down there?
I don't want to know.
I've been designing you a whole new online persona.
I see, yeah, great.
You are now the Reg Doctor.
The Reg Doctor.
You
Right.
know everything about everything, all types of scuba equipment. So now you are branded the Reg Doctor. Did you see the picture that I drew of you? I sent it to your phone.
Yeah.
Have a look.
No.
I said, go and have a look. You don't appreciate my drawing talents.
You are a very good drawer. I do agree with that. Yeah. Hi. That kind of looks like
I don't even know if this will pick up on the camera.
I don't think it will either.
It might.
'Cause
Oh, there. Yeah.
it'll do all the wavy lines.
Yeah. So now people, well, by the
You're
time
a good doodler, but yeah.
by the
I'm going to get abused for that.
it looks just like you.
I know, that's what I'm worried about.
By the time this podcast goes out, there's going to be a whole Reg Doctor section on the website so that people can send in whatever they need to get serviced or fixed or altered or, I don't know, looked at.
Cool.
You can send it in to you and you can take care of it.
Hi, that'll be good. That'll make things a bit simpler for people.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there's not as many service centres now, so...
And I was thinking, like, people could drop them off in person, collect them in person, or they can post them in, or we can arrange collection, we can arrange delivery, whatever, to make it super easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Glad you agree with that thing that I just made up while you were in your little man cave.
Yeah, no, that's excellent. Although, I think my hat should be blue now. I've treated myself to a brand new Santa Controller hat.
Well, somebody said it looked like Santa, so I might change it anyway.
All right, okay. See, told you I was going to get abuse.
But this colour that's not part of my colour scheme, so it won't be that blue, and I don't even think that is blue. I think that's
It's 100% blue.
charcoal, black, charcoal. Don't think it's
Colour blind.
It's not blue, is it?
No, it's not blue, but it's still a shade of blue.
Your mum's a shade of blue.
Can't say that.
Shall we move on?
Yes, I think we should move on, yes, because you're going to have to cut that out anyway.
Have you had any bubble troubles? What's troubled your bubble this week?
Troubled my bubble.
What's troubled your bubbles?
Well, something I've been thinking about, because someone did ask me a while ago about it, and then it's been in the news quite a lot, and that's greenwashing. So there's been a few people asking, like, oh, are manufacturers actually as eco-friendly as they say they are? Is it all just a bit of greenwashing? And I just got to think about it the other day, because it's featured quite heavily in the news, hasn't it? I've forgotten what it was about.
Great way to start a conversation. I saw this news article, but I can't remember it. Are you sure it wasn't like a Joe Lycett one where he's made fake news?
No, it wasn't, no.
No.
There was some company or something that's been accused of greenwashing.
Oh, I've not seen this.
I can't remember what it was.
Right.
And basically, this needs to be a crackdown on
It wasn't us, was it?
No.
Seeing as we do say that we promote eco-friendly gear as much as we can, we're relying on what our manufacturers tell us.
Yes.
So, like, we try and research it as much as we can. So you've obviously been researching this lately even more. So, like, what's your conclusion?
Yeah, so like a lot of the manufacturers that we supply do fit in our ethos, and I don't know if that was planned or kind of is planned, because I mean a big part of us is like avoiding everything that's just been in them horrible plastic packaging.
Yeah.
Remember when everything was literally in them big huge blister packs?
Yeah, with the 4 little poppers on the side, and then
Yeah. Aye. So we've kind of gone away from it, I think, or maybe other suppliers are still doing it, and now it's just don't.
if we haven't noticed it because we only
Yeah,
choose.
maybe we haven't noticed it as much. So this kind of all kicked off back in, well, it wasn't 2020, it was Mission 2020 by Fourth Element. I'm not sure actually when they started it. So they launched their Mission 2020 pledge, and that was for all dye manufacturers who signed up to it to get rid of plastic packaging.
Yeah, to get on board and do the right thing.
So that's kind of where it started, and most of our supplies, everything comes cardboard boxed.
Yeah.
Amongst other things, Fourth Element, they've went from that pledge and just went insane.
Yeah.
Like all their plastic stuff now, it's not plastic, it's some special thing, but it's the stuff that dissolves in water.
Yeah, and then you can like drink it.
I don't know if you can drink it.
Challenge.
No.
I'll give you £10 if you drink
Small
it.
because was did it with his kid.
Oh yeah, did like a little science experiment.
Did a
Proper
science
cute.
experiment, yeah. So
Yeah.
dissolved it in water.
Yeah.
It's meant to be boiling water, but will dissolve in cold water as well.
Yeah.
It just takes a bit longer. But I think that's really cool.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, the Apex factory is like carbon neutral, I think. Its roof's fully solar panelled out, and everything they kind of produce is closed loop. So all their waste is recycled back to the manufacturers for literally nearly everything.
It's pretty cool.
And even like the chrome plating is, although chrome plating is a toxic chemical, the one they use is slightly better,
Right.
and that even that waste gets recycled back.
Right.
So I think they've done a really, really good job of what they're doing.
So they might even have more control of it because it's a UK based operation, isn't it? Like when
Yeah.
Apex regs are all made in the UK, so you can like it's not like where you have to go to a factory in China that might not have like the same, I don't know, approach to processes.
Yeah.
Like you can, if it's your factory in the UK and you're working there and not outsourcing it, you can make a direct change to the way stuff's done.
Yeah, aye. So I think that's really cool. So it's not just the plastic packaging. There is a lot of change going on, and they are trying to improve. And
Yeah, and a lot of the products that I'm seeing now are starting to include like recycled material.
yeah, so that's the direction things are going in now. So I mean, Fourth Element again are just leading the way. So they've got the Ocean Positive range.
Yeah, there's even, like every time I look, there's more stuff getting put in the Ocean Positive.
Yeah,
range.
like they're rebranding a lot of things and putting it in.
Yeah.
So that is basically Ocean Positive is where all the materials either from recycled sources or is fully recyclable afterwards.
Yeah.
So that is very, very cool, and that is the direction the industry's starting to go in. I mean, Apex have brought out that OSHA reg, which is made from a lot of recycled materials as well. So that is very cool. So it's not, I wouldn't say the industry's greenwashing. All right, there probably is a couple of manufacturers that we might not deal with where they might say they do something and literally it's just a cardboard box, but behind the
Yeah.
scenes it comes from China and they're taking out the plastic bags and putting in cardboard boxes, which is kind of the crux of you outsource some manufacturing.
Yeah.
That will improve with time, I reckon. So there's some manufacturers out there. Most of the ones we deal with, I think they're pretty decent.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's stupid things where they're like, oh, we'll get rid of the plastic packaging, and then, oh, our fins are going to get scratched in the post. So then they put it in this stupid cloth bag that it stings. No one's going to use it. It's single use.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing, I'm like,
That was experimenting because like you don't want your products to be delivered damaged because that's a problem in itself. But it's,
I know, but that's a consumer change I think needs happening. Because I was thinking about it the other night, like, if you go to the supermarket, you're not going to pick up a tin of baked beans that's got a dent in it.
Yeah.
You're going to pick up the nicer one, aren't you?
Yeah.
But that's kind of the same. Like, people will be like, oh, it's my precious new toy and it's got a little scratch or a little mark on it.
Right.
But all you're going to do is go to a dive site and scuff the hell out of it.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
So it's kind of like...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a dented can of beans.
Yeah.
Like the contents inside it is still
Yeah.
the
Like,
same.
obviously, if it's like a massive gouge out of it or chunk missed out of it, I understand. But like, if it's just a little scuff mark,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're kind of... The consumer needs to kind of be a bit more...
Well, we've had a similar problem to that because, like some of our packaging space filling material, when we had all those old scuba diving magazines lying around, and then
I
we're just
forgot about
like
those, yeah.
we shredded them up and
Yeah.
packed products around that, and then the feedback that we got was like, it is too much dust in it. So like we've had the same kind of thing. You've got to just work with what you've got and try and make
Yeah, I mean,
it
it is difficult. Like, we bought them waterproof mailer bags.
Oh yeah.
Sugarcane, biodegradable, yeah, cool. And then actually I looked into it, it was like, you can't recycle it anywhere. It's not technically it's only biodegradable in certain environments. So yes, it's not plastic, but what the hell do we do with it?
Aye, and when it's chucking it down with rain, then your product, if it's not plastic, your product comes...
But I've got paper versions, which apparently are waterproof now.
Oh.
So,
And it's recyclable.
well, yeah, it's paper.
Is that what we're sending out now?
Yeah.
Oh. You can tell the last time I packed up an order.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
See-
That's good.
see how they work.
Yeah. I like it. Well done.
Thanks. So what we're talking about? Greenwashing.
Greenwashing. Hopefully, we try and help people choose like eco-friendly products with the rating thing that we've got on the website.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to know though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's based, yes, we know the materials, what they're based on.
And we're going off what the manufacturers are telling us. It's not like we're going to the factories and, checking it out for ourselves.
We can see what it's packaged in.
Yeah.
But what we don't really know is
like the carbon footprint.
the carbon footprint of it.
Where it's been and...
Yeah, we can kind of guess, all right, we know Apex is a carbon neutral factory, so if it's produced there, it's probably better than some of the ones in China, but even then some of the ones in China are really good now as well.
Well, yeah, and they are manufactured in the UK, but then they're shipped to France to be shipped back to Newcastle, so...
Well, there is that, and then there's like some things like you're buying a BCD, all right, that might be made here, but the plastic bottle might have been flown in and stuff like that, so we don't really know, like, what air miles is going on.
Yeah.
So,
and that would be, I mean, that would be great. I would love to know that, but I think that's a massive investment on the manufacturers.
yeah, it'll be a long...
In the future, I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll become more mainstream for all different industries to have that information.
Yeah, that's the interesting side of things.
Yeah.
But I think for me, what I would love to see is more closed loop.
Yeah.
It's kind of a buzzword at the minute.
Is it?
Closed loop.
Closed loop.
But yeah, just like you buy a pair of fins and for whatever reason you decide to change later on, you should be able to just send them back and then the manufacturer can either recycle them to charity or recycle them into other uses.
You can see my brain ticking now.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to see.
Why can't I have a service that sends us different coloured pairs of fins depending on what colour scheme I'm in for the season?
What?
Can we not set that up where it's like you can just...
What?
Okay, maybe not.
Started something now, haven't I?
Why
I'm talking
can't-
about closed loop, end of
Yeah,
life recycling.
why can't we do that? Why can't we be the loop?
What on earth am I going to do with 100 pairs of fins that people send to us?
Well, that's the challenge, isn't it?
No, it needs to be the manufacturers.
Oh well, sort it out, manufacturers. You've been told.
Moving on, dear. So what's the next bit? I've done my greenwashing, that was my bubble troubles. So what's your bubble troubles?
Well, my bubble trouble is the fact that the Oban chambers closed.
Oh yeah, I saw
closing,
about this.
closed,
Yeah.
Which is a bit scary because now there is no dive chamber available on the west coast of Scotland at all.
Yeah.
Which is like, there's amazing diving on the west coast, and I just feel for all the businesses that are, operating out there on all the islands and on the on the mainland as well.
Yeah, it is a weird one because I can kind of see where the NHS is coming from because obviously they've got to make cuts in places and diving's such a small industry.
Yeah. But it's not just the diving. It's not just the chamber and the recompression itself. Like, there was a full team of doctors and stuff. They were on call 24/7. So if you had a problem, you could ring up. They give you advice.
Yeah.
They've all gone, and then
That was like a medical team that just did normal medical stuff as well for that community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that there's that sort of there's all of the jobs and stuff that have gone as well.
Yeah. Especially now, like a lot of the commercial diving's
Well, yeah, it's not just recreational. That's going to affect the commercial diving and the fisheries and the blah blahs and all the other stuff. I don't know if it did like where the non-divers can go in because hyperbaric treatment's good for other things.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I don't know if the community's lost that as well, if they ever did that.
Because that means now they're gonna probably go.
Well, Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
So if anybody gets in trouble on the west coast, it's going to be all the way across to Aberdeen for treatment, which obviously delays chamber access and all the things that go with that.
Yeah.
So there's a petition online. I looked this morning and it's like 500 signatures shy of the target. So it was like 4,500 or something.
All right, cool.
So it's nearly at the target, but obviously I will put the link somewhere around this video for you to go and sign the petition for that, and hopefully might show that it's important enough to keep open.
It's something that we never want to use, but if it's there,
yeah, you want it to be there.
Yeah, you want it to be there. You don't want to lose it.
Just like that one time
Oh, well.
at dive camp.
Right.
Were you even there that day when I got burned?
Yeah, but
It was a long time ago, but I was definitely working with you at the time. I don't know if you were there on the day.
Yeah, but I think you drove back separately because it was when
I don't know.
It was. Yeah, it's because when you had that stupid bee sting, wasn't it?
No, that was a different day.
Oh, was that a different one?
That's a different story.
Oh, right, okay.
No, this was Cape. We were diving at Cape and Ray. Oh, I didn't go to the Oban chamber. I ended up going to the Hull one. So we're diving at Cape and Ray, and the night before I'd been out, but I hadn't been naughty. No, I'd literally only had a couple of drinks because I knew that I was diving the next day. So, I was very sensible. Got up stupid o'clock, as usual, drive down to Cape and Ray, and I wasn't teaching, I didn't have any students or anything that day, I was just there for shits and giggles. And I remember it being like one of the hottest days of the year, and I was running around in my dry suit, and I was helping like friends from other dive schools and stuff that were down there get their students in the water and stuff. So I was like helping them, and then I got my kit on and went for the easiest dive I've ever done. Like just jumped in, and then there's the wall that goes down to the plane.
Aye.
So went down there, went down the plane, was swimming around the plane, nothing crazy, nothing deep, nothing long. Came up the wall looking for critters on the wall, like the slowest ascent possible. Like, it was crazy. And got out fine. I was having like a burger off the barbecue for my dinner, and then I was like, oh, I feel a bit tingly.
Tingly.
Right?
It was just the burger?
It could well have been just the burger.
Good burgers then.
I was just excited about it. But I still reckon that the first symptom of being bent is denial. Because I was so embarrassed that I could possibly have decompressions like this. I just went, I'm not going to dive the next one. I'm just going to sit it out. Just made up some excuse. Didn't say to anybody. Didn't go on oxygen. Didn't do anything. I just sat there embarrassed. And anyway, I had like pins and needles in my fingers. That's the symptom that I had. So I just kept quiet about it. And then drove home to Newcastle.
Right.
And I was supposed to be going to Lanzarote or somewhere the next day. I was supposed to be flying the next day. But I'd like worked out my surface intervals and stuff, so that was going to be fine. And I was sitting on my bed when I got home, and I was like, I don't know about this. Like, 'cause I still had pins and needles, and I was like, right, okay. So I rang Dan and was asking for advice and whatnot, and they said, yeah, you should probably go to the chamber. So this was probably like 10 o'clock, 10:30 by the time that I'd convinced myself to ring up and get some advice. So then I had to drive all the way to Hull. And I rang my mum and dad. I was like, I'm just on my way to Hull, and I'm just going to go in the chamber. And obviously they didn't really understand what that, so they went into full panic mode. They were like, oh my God, pull over, your dad's coming to get you. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm driving myself to the chamber. I've got pins and needles a little bit. That's all it is. I'm going to be fine. So anyway, got the chamber like late and then went in, threw up in the chamber. I think I must have had like sunstroke or something.
Right.
Like, I think that's what it was, like severe dehydration. So they had to instead of sending down pizza like they normally would, they sent down anti-sickness medication and some water. Took that, came out in like, I don't know, it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and I felt worse than when I went in. Like, I was getting like random like stabby pains all over. So then I had to go back in. I had to go back in a few times. So yeah, it was like a write-off for Lanzarote or wherever, obviously. And I was in for a couple of days, like in and out of the chamber. But like, firstly, if it wasn't for the chamber, then who knows? Like, for having the people on hand to talk to and having the team there to go and visit and be treated. I had a very mild case, but if that had been any more severe and I had extended time to get there, like the people on the West Coast might have now, it's a little bit scary. So yeah. I think we should definitely try and keep Oban open.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of the things. It's like that denial thing. It shouldn't be that, should it?
It shouldn't. And actually, just to link into something else that I've read about this week. So, our good friend and colleague Laura Walton, Dr Laura Walton, who is the founder of it sounds weird saying that, but she is a doctor.
Yes, she is.
Like crazy, like PhDs coming out of her ears. But she's the founder of Fit to Dive. Which has like a whole load of resources to help people who've got blocks or issues in diving or whatever. But she's just released a book called ScubaPsyche, and it's basically like a collection of all the essays that she's ever written about the psychology of diving, and she's put it into this book. And you can like download it and to read it on EPUB. But one of the essays in there is about the social dynamics around getting bent and those feelings of embarrassment and why people don't talk about it, and it's really really interesting.
I mean, just one of the things that can happen to anyone.
Oh, it could like totally, and it could happen on any day. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I just was dehydrated on a hot day.
Aye.
So, but people do get embarrassed, and I was with mates. So, no, I was with you. I was with
I don't think I was there because you wouldn't have been running around if I was there.
That is very cheeky. Very cheeky.
Why? It's
True, but cheeky.
True.
Anyway, so there are loads of essays in this book that Laura's written, and they range from everything from like these social dynamics to panic in diving, to people being frightened of things in diving, to like why we encourage people to dive to teach neutral buoyant. So whether you're like just a baby diver or a recreational diver or a pro, I think it's got some really interesting things in there that are worth having a look. And I'll put the links to that will be in the show notes as well.
I'll have to add it to my reading list.
You'll definitely have to add it. It's like less than 15 quid. It's and it's got like there's like 500 pages or something. There's loads of essays.
500 pages?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's got loads of stuff in there. It's really, really interesting.
Has it got pictures in?
No, I don't think it's got pictures in.
Okay.
I know a good illustrator though. So, Reg Doctor.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, we're gone.
Are you ready for your questions from our amazing divers?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're here for.
The first one's actually a Reg question, sort of.
Wow.
So, are hose protectors good or bad? Da, da, da.
Hi, hose protectors. So, yeah. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Oh, we'll get the pointer out.
Is that-
So, in case anyone doesn't know, this is a hose protector.
Hose protector.
Some that I've just took off from said customers. Yeah, it's one of them things. I don't know.
Good answer. Okay, moving on.
Right. So people put the manufacturers put the hose protectors on. So back in the day, especially with the older rubbers, so the idea of the hose protector is we've got this metal bit here, rubber bit, and it's just the fatigue from when it's sitting on the reg pulling down, you can see it's damaging the rubber there. Right. So the idea of having that protector on is it just strengthens it out and it moves it further along, so it keeps that pressure away from that.
So does it have the same effect on the edge bit? Like
no. Because it's just helping protect this.
Right.
This
but it doesn't have the same effect on this bit here.
No.
Right.
So that's kind of the idea behind it.
Right.
So
that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, so now we've got the flexi hoses. I don't think they're needed on the flexi hoses, but some manufacturers do put them on.
Like the MyFlex hoses.
Yeah. Right. So that's the idea behind it. I think with more modern materials and stronger materials, technically we might be changing them every 5 years, but people don't. But I don't think that is necessary. For me, it's one of them. I don't understand why people get a bee in the bonnet. I think it's mainly because when these are on, all the dirt and debris sits behind it. So you've now got a dirty hose, which is hidden.
Right.
Are you bothered about a dirty hose?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it depends if it does anything to the bit where it connects. If it damages
shouldn't really.
it.
I think for me, the main thing is if there is anything getting damaged under there, you can't see it. So if you are using them and keeping them, then maybe it's part of, I don't know, your monthly or however often you do like a bit more of a deeper clean, just pull them back and just give it a good inspection, make sure there's no damage there.
Well, the thing I hate about them is they're impossible to pull. So some of them are so tight, you can't get it back. And then some of them are so loose that it just drops down and gets in the way.
It's annoying when they slide around.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
Yeah. So this is why a lot of techies now are just basically telling the guys to take them off. So this kind of leads us back to the question, like, that's not an environmentally friendly material, is it? So if loads of people are just ripping them off, what's the point of the manufacturers putting them on? So should we just get rid of them? I think they're just cosmetic now.
Do you think it's like a branding thing because it's got like logos and stuff all over them?
Yeah, it's just brand and cosmetic. It's just whacked their logos on. I could kind of see the benefit, but I don't know.
What's on both ends? Why is it on both ends?
Same. That's what I mean. That's why I think it's just brand and cosmetic. It just hides that metal bit, doesn't it?
Right, but that's like an inflator hose, so that's not got anything to do with making it easier to use or anything.
No, actually it makes it worse because that ends up stuck up there.
Oh, and then it's right.
So I've just ended up cutting them all off. I don't know. I think that's one of the questions throughout the community. What they think about it.
One of life's questions. What is the meaning of life?
It does pop up, and I've saw it pop up in a few like tech forums and stuff where people are just like, well, you're meant to be environmentally friendly. What's the point in this? Because everybody just gets them and rips them off. I mean, noob divers won't be doing that, but.
So what do you think? Why don't you drop us a comment or whatever? Hose protectors, yay or nay?
I'm kind of like, it's there, just leave it. until it starts to noise, then I take it off.
Yeah, I think I would probably do the same.
Yeah, personal preference, I think.
Next question.
Yes, next question.
What dive computer would you recommend to someone who's just qualified?
What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah? Which one would you recommend?
Probably like an i200C or a Peregrine.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, the i200C, it's nice. It's Aqualung, if people don't know it. Yeah, something like that. So, like, so you've got, like, your budget rental computers,
Yeah.
which are the big, chunky things.
Yeah. I mean, they're bomb-proof, but I don't like them very much.
They are bomb-proof, they are cheap, but I don't know. I think if you're buying your own, it needs to be a bit nicer, a bit more nicer features. So, like the one you mentioned, Bluetooth.
The i200C one.
Yeah, so you can Bluetooth your dives to your phone and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
all
well,
about
that
social
one's
media now.
that one's like a watch. Like you can wear that all the time. Like you could wear it as a normal watch, couldn't you? Because it's
Yeah, so like if you're going to be diving abroad a lot, then definitely. Whereas dry suit diving, that doesn't really matter, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're in and out the water all the time, I think definitely having that sports watch feature would be nice. For me, the Peregrine is starting more than mid-market pricing.
There's one up there.
It is, I think.
I'll grab it.
I'm going to fall over here or destroy the scenery.
Careful.
Barry will be dead.
There's a Peregrine.
Snazzy.
Yeah. And they come in cool colours. Well, so does the i200C, but I like the colours of the Peregrine at the minute. They've got
Yeah,
limited edition ones.
it's all
out
about
at the minute.
that aqua and the grey and orange now,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
So they do have two nice, lovely featured colours now. But yeah, I mean, that does everything. I like the fact it's a big, chunky screen.
Yeah.
You can bungee mount it as
And
well.
it's like a colour screen as well, isn't it? Whereas the i200C is just like a digital watch type
Yeah, so
screen.
you kind of start to pay for them features. So they're 500 quid.
This one.
Yeah.
Right.
So that is going a bit higher price than most entry ones are probably 300, 200, depending on what deals are going around.
Right.
But yeah, colour screen, rechargeable batteries, so you don't have to mess about with batteries. And then just all the features that generally come with Shearwater, which are really cool.
Like so Shearwater are obviously known for being like tech level computers.
Yeah.
Like this is like baby tech. Like will this, if you were going into tech diving, would this grow with you, or do you think this is just
Nah.
purely recreational?
Purely recreational, I would
Right.
say. It does nitrox and some stuff, so you could use it as a backup for some things. But yeah, you would probably have to upgrade at some point. So I mean, that's the Peregrine. And then what I said, that's going in mid-price, but then the Garmin ones, the G1s, I think that's a good starting point for people. Right, okay, so we're talking, I think, 550 or something like that off the top of my head.
But then they've got all this like the smartwatch in it as well,
But
haven't they?
yeah, you are getting a smartwatch.
Yeah. So everything that you think about a Garmin like sports watch, the heart rate and the running tracker and
Yeah.
steps and all that kind of stuff, that this G1 does the same.
So basically does everything, sports, fitness, and smartwatch features. And you can get the solar ones as well, which if you're going to go like traveling or backpacking or...
The solar feature would be quite useful in case you...
Yeah, I mean, it just improves it. It's obviously not the primary charging feature, but it just extends that life a bit.
Right.
But just having all them features in one. Sorry, it's a lot more expensive, but if you were going to go out and buy a computer and a smartwatch,
Yeah.
it's better value
Yeah.
for money, definitely.
Yeah.
If your budget allows, I would say Peregrine or the Garmin G1.
Yeah. And if it doesn't allow,
Then you're probably looking, I mean, there's all the manufacturers do like an entry level one, but for us, the Aqualung i100 and the i200C.
yeah.
I'll probably say actually the i300 or the i200C,
Right.
because both of them have got the Bluetooth features.
Right.
But there is other manufacturers as well who have similar ones.
Yeah.
So they're about 200, 300 quid, I think.
Hope that helps. What is your product of the week?
Do I get a jingle for this? Yeah.
Product of the week.
Was that the jingle?
That's the jingle. Do you not like it?
It needs tweaking.
Does it need to have like animation?
Animation.
Like like on Harry Hill where it used to have used to come up product of the week.
Can't remember that bit.
Okay, I'll make one and then you can see what you think. Well, come on then. What's your product?
Right, my product this week is the Fourth Element Tech Fin.
Oh. Don't knock anything.
Ta-da!
Da, 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 da. Fourth Element Tech Fin.
And in that snazzy
Oh
grey
yeah.
and orange.
Well, these are my.
This is your favourite
No,
colour, isn't it?
these are my fins. What I have.
Yeah.
Well, not these ones, but
Yeah.
I have a pair of these.
I'm in love with these, actually.
Okay. Do we need to talk about this separately?
No, I just think it's one of them things where people, because there's lots of these on the market that haven't been for donkey's years. Like I've got the heavier shark rubber fins.
Yeah.
but they only come in black. So if you just want black, it is a good option. But they are quite heavy.
Heavier than these ones, aren't they?
Yeah, so it's not for everyone. Whereas I think these got a good balance between them all. Most popular version of this has been like the Apex RK3s, which are a great thing. We use them in the school, do a really good job. But basically for film, it will just come to the scene and goes, well, what can we tweak and change? Most of the things work, but what they've done is put that eco twist on it.
Yes.
So these are 100% natural rubber. So by keeping it a natural rubber, it means you can recycle them afterwards. I'm not sure if that's in the pipeline for fulfillment to do it in terms of like send back to them, or if you
Like a
just
closely.
memories, or if it's just the fact because it's natural rubber, you can recycle it at any kind of rubber facility.
Where's your local rubber facility, Jim?
I don't know. Car tyres?
Is that a thing? Is there a rubber facility?
I don't know. Must be the tip for like tyres and stuff.
I don't know.
Sure, it's a thing.
Good research.
Yeah, but the main thing is, as well, it doesn't come with any plastic packaging. This is how they come.
And the little clip, like that's for us to display them on a wall or whatever, but also I use those for clipping off when I'm on my side mount as well. So when I'm carrying tanks and stuff, I clip my fins off using that little doobry.
Yeah, I mean, I love how they've brought that out, trying to do it without damaging the label. So it kind of just sits on that. So this kind of frees your hands up, which is handy in dry suit diving, especially crashing waves, short diving. You can kind of just have them like that, clip them onto your BCD, get where you need, and then put your fins on, which comes very handy for silent down. I used to make my own, and then Fourth Elm brought that out.
You should have patented it. Could have been a millionaire now.
I would have copied it off somewhere. There's no way I had that bright idea myself. But yeah, it's just, I think that's a nice little touch because it's something that you can keep using forever.
Yeah.
So these are slightly stiffer, slightly heavier than some of the competitors.
Yeah.
And then they've got these snazzy little bits on here, these little, I don't know if you can see that detail there.
This detail here.
That detail there. I've forgotten what they've called it now.
Vent?
Yeah, it's something vent. But they reckon they've had it designed and tested. Plymouth, Portsmouth.
One of them.
One of them universities.
Mouthers.
Oh, yeah, I always get them too confused. The one that's nearest to them must be Plymouth.
They're in Bristol, aren't they? Oh no, they're in
Cornwall.
Yeah.
Down south.
Yeah.
Anyway, somewhere down south. The university there has tested them, and it's based on humpback.
Oh, is it?
Humpback fins, apparently.
Ah.
So apparently humpbacks have got these little ridges on their pectoral fins.
Right.
That's what they say.
Like it. Little design feature.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
How true it is, I don't know, but I'm going to take them at the word because they're usually pretty honest.
I can see that, like, a good product designer is somebody who's coming from a product design background, you know, that's what my degree is. Yeah. You do take influence from nature, definitely.
Most people who've put these in have preferred these to their current fins.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of, they're called the tech fin.
Yeah.
And that is just based on the fact the nice big wide sides, the aim for frog kicking, reverse frog kicking. Yeah. They're not designed really for snorkeling or a lot of flutter kicking about.
Yeah. But they're not like tech divers exclusively.
No, they're not for tech divers. That's just kind of the main market for them because obviously you carry more cylinders, you've got more weight to move around.
Yeah. We haven't thought this through about where products should be.
It's going to live there now.
Okay.
So yeah, I love them. It's one of them things where you're like, oh, it's another thing. But they've just made some nice little tweaks which have just improved it a little bit. And they do a recreational version as well. So this is literally a complete clone of a lot of fins on the market.
Right.
There's a lot of fins like these. I don't think they've really changed a lot, but it is 100% recycled materials, which is amazing. I think it's time we'll start getting rid of all these plastics and go, right, okay, all right, it's technically still plastic, but at least it's 100% recycled.
But it's proven that you don't need to use virgin plastic in these kind of products. There is a way to...
There's a way, and again, nice colours. So this is the thing I would kind of say for a beginner who's not looking to do frog kicking or anything like that, or wants something they can use for snorkeling. Yeah. And also they're a little bit lighter, so a bit better for travelling and stuff like that as well.
Well done, good product.
Thank you.
Good product. Well, I suppose we're coming towards the end of episode 2. So, what have you got planned for this next week? What's on your books?
Praying for some sunshine.
Well, it's looking pretty sunny out there now, like.
I know, I was just looking at that compared to what we've just come from.
Yeah. Torrential downpour.
Yeah. A lot of outside jobs to get done.
Oh, like what?
Like old man stuff, like a bit of gardening.
Yeah, people don't want to know what we do at home.
All right, okay, diving.
Let's just stick the...
I want to go diving.
What kind of go diving? There's going to be no viz.
I need to get back in the water, man.
Get in the tank.
I've been in.
Get it in again.
No, it's not the same. I need all my little
I'll
crabs.
put some salt in there.
All my little squat lobsters and all my little crabs.
Why don't you go extreme rock pooling?
Ooh,
Oh, I was joking.
that's not a bad shout.
I was joking.
What, mask and snorkel?
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll see your squat lobsters and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Can we
go.
do that?
Let's go extreme rock pooling. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
if you want to.
That could be a shout. Like, there'll be biz by next week. There will be. There has to be.
It depends if it stops raining.
But yeah, I mean, that time of the year for UK divers and
Oh,
everything.
it's so unpredictable.
Yeah, but it's kind of like officially this is kind of after Easter, start of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, the hardcores have been diving all year round, but this is kind of where summer's starting, sun's coming out, start dusting up your gear.
Well, if anybody needs any servicing, then the Reg Doctor is
Yeah.
in service. The Reg Doctor will see you now. I'm thinking about all these different little taglines I can put on.
Oh god, I've
So what-
started something new.
Well, one of my jobs is to get that up and running, so people can literally just go on the website and book in for their service and send their stuff in or bring their stuff in for you to do.
Yeah.
And then one of my other jobs is to get the regs on the website.
Yes, we need to get more products on the website.
So if there's any products in particular, you visited the website, right, and you go, why isn't this product up? I guarantee that we'll sell it. We just haven't had the time to actually put it on the website because it's a huge job to put all these thousands of products on. So yeah, we're a bit behind on that. So if there's anything you particularly want, let us know.
I think I was looking, I think we've got like 1,200 products on.
Already?
Yeah.
We're not even halfway.
Yeah, I know. I know
That's crackers.
and that's us streamlining down as well. So there's a lot of products we don't plan on putting out from manufacturers. I want to hear from the diving community. I want to know what people have got like planned in. I want to.
You're nosy, aren't you?
Well, no, it's kind of like because I'm not getting in. I want to.
So you want to live your diving
Yeah,
through
because
the
I imagine.
people who are.
Well, actually, the West Coast has been hit hard, but I'm sure people have been at inland sides.
Yeah.
Don't know what the South Coast has been like.
Yeah.
Maybe they're getting in, and obviously there's. I don't know. Have we got international gain? Have we got international reach?
I don't know.
Maybe
There's a question out.
Maybe somebody's sitting in the Red Sea with their feet up, having a beer.
Listening to our crappy podcast.
This is our podcast.
The crack on the boat must be terrible if they're listening to us.
What are you trying to say? Well then.
Yeah, if you have any questions that you would like to be answered on the next podcast, then you can send them in to hello@thehonestdiver.com and we will read them out and answer them.
Yes, I look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, and then obviously you could help spread the word for this, share, you can like it, you can subscribe, you can rate it, all that jazz, just to get this out to more people, which would be lovely.
Yes, and for all the listeners, we do have that little cheeky discount code.
Oh, do you remember what it is?
Honest Pod?
Oh, yeah, Honest Pod.
Yeah, I remember something.
Yeah, if you put Honest Pod in the checkout, then you get 10% off your next order. What? What are you pointing at?
So you need to do like, subscribe, comment.
I just did that.
Oh, did you? Oh well, you cut that bit out then.
Okay, bye.
Bye.